Good morning, Finley Dreamers.
Good morning, Mrs. Adams.
And good morning, Finley Scholars.
Good morning, Mr. Miller.
Good morning, Finley family.
Good morning, Mr. Kirby and Ava and Bobby Lee. Glad you're here.
I can tell that spring is coming. It's getting warmer and warmer, even though we're going to celebrate in a wintry way this week. But I have something special to say. Mr. Kirby, you've been saying this every single morning. But I started watching Financial Literacy Night. And I thought, this is like handing somebody $50. Here's $50 for you. Here's $50 for you. Here's $50 for you. Most of us don't carry $50 anymore. I sure don't. But to have somebody hand me $50 to save for after I graduate from high school, that is amazing. And to get to eat popcorn and watch a film about how to save. Thank you, Mr. Kirby, for all you do and Buy Degrees to help our students think about their future. That's a great gift.
You actually watched it. I wish I could give you $50, but I don't think you're eligible for the program.
No, I've done a lot of school. Mr. Miller, don't you think that's a great thing what Buy Degrees does for Finley every day?
Yes, that's an understatement. And Mr. Kirby epitomizes, and I know that's a big word out there, but epitomizes the very depth of Buy Degrees. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And then I have popcorn too. I don't know why that came to mind, but thanks for whoever did that. I really, really appreciate it. It's a month of kindness, and it's really happening here at Finley. And you know, it's Monday. We have participation rates. And you know, the pattern's shifting a little bit. So I want you to think about what I mean as I keep naming the classes. So here we go. Above 80%. And that list has grown. Mrs. Boudreau's class, Mrs. Dow's class, Miss Simmons' class, Mrs. Smith's class, Mrs. Spreitzer's class, Miss Stender, Mr. Sun, and Mr. Williams. Now those above 90, so think about how the pattern is shifting here right now. Mrs. Crawford, Mrs. Fontaniti, Mrs. Hall, Mrs. Osborne, Mrs. Rivard, and Mrs. Roberts Farghese. The top three, Mrs. Fontanini, 98.33, that's really high. Mrs. Rivard, 95.56, and just a little bit down from that, Mrs. Osborne, 95%. I'll leave it at that.
I know they're there. I've seen that class packed. They're in there. They're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, this is great. This is the kind of thing, let's face it, everybody. It's been a pretty tough year. And what keeps me going is all of these strong scholars that come. They show up, whether it's a Teams meeting for class online, or they're here working hard, washing their hands, keeping that mask on all day, which I don't know. I mean, it's not, maybe it's fun for some Star Wars characters, or maybe like a superhero that needs to wear a mask to hide their identity. Maybe they like that. But everyone's done such a great job coming and showing up to be here for what it's all about, right? And that's to learn and grow with each other, and not just for students, but for the adults too. And like I said, as everything has been challenging, as everything changes, and things that schedules even at my own home change, Finley family keeps me going. I am so proud to be a part of this community. I am so glad that even the principal watches our family night videos that we send out for everyone. And she's right. Watch that video. We'll send it out again this week to remind your adults that this is the last full week of February, and we want as many people to watch that as we can. So thank you all very much. And speaking of our wonderful Findlay family, it looks like we've got some outstanding scholars this morning to share some shout outs. Is that right? Am I right about that, Ava?
I have a shout out.
Shout out.
I have a shout out to Mrs. Ravard and Mrs. Laird for helping us when we need it and for making learning fun.
Awesome.
I
That's
have a
a big
shout
part
out.
of it. Shout
Shout
out.
I have a shout out for all the teachers helping us learn and having fun.
All right. That was for, say that one more time, Bobby Lee. I want all the teachers to hear that.
I have a shout out for all the teachers helping us learn and having fun.
Awesome. That's right. Because teachers at Findlay make learning fun. And that is a lifelong skill that you might, Bobby Lee and Ava, you might take that learning skill all the way to college. So are you ready for our college cheer? We're ready. Everybody's ready. 1, 2, ready, go.
2, 4, 6, 8. When does fifth grade graduate? 20, 20, 20, 32. 2, 4, 6, 8. When does fourth grade graduate? 20, 20, 20, 33. 2, 4, 6, 8. When does fifth grade graduate? 20, 20, 20, 34. 2, 4, 6, 8. When does second grade graduate? 20, 20, 20, 35. 2, 4, 6, 8. When does first grade graduate? 20, 20, 20, 36. 2, 4, 6, 8. When does kindergarten graduate? 20, 20, 20, 37. Findlay dreamers, dream big. Dream big. We believe. We believe. Whole heart. Whole heart. Be the change. Be the change.